Any ideology is a guide for ordinary folk about the unseen world order. It describes complicated social interactions, political structures, etc. An ideology is given in a very simplified form to make sure that simple commoners are able to conceive it. Of course, any ideology has an impressive information background which causes people to ramble on, hitting the air round. But all this serves only one purpose: to create an illusion of logic and rightness. Absolutely any ideology, whether that be socialism, communism, feminism, patriotism, nationalism, is primitive in its essence. There are we, pure, kind, divine people that want all the best, and there are they, antagonists, enemies that want all the worst. So the good guys must fight the bad ones. Well, one might say whatever makes them happy, but there is one pitfall. Any ideology is a social contract. A person signs that contract via accepting an ideology. He commits himself to looking at the world through a prism of ideological dogmas and gets a sense of unity with good guys clique. However, like any other contract, an ideological one has the fine print, which usually contains the most interesting points. It says that an adept pledges himself to be blind, deaf, stupid, not to achieve anything in life, and be ready to sacrifice himself at the drop of the hat. Nobody is fond of reading the fine print, as it usually takes some brain work. But ignorance and stupidity are not excuses for the universe. A man accepts being blind, deaf, and stupid indeed, as he agrees to perceive the world through dogmas. And if something doesn't fit there, the person tries either to ignore it or construe using existing ideological rules. Now, you take feminists. They render everything through the prism of male aggression and male violence. Though, who is more violent and aggressive in the first place? This is quite a question, isn't it? But for a follower, it's prohibited to think about such things because via putting feminists' agenda in doubt, he automatically loses the connection with them and becomes an outcast. Notably, in the essence of every ideology lies the idea of victimhood. Some noble and benevolent people are allegedly opposed by a stronger and more powerful enemy. It implies their vulnerability and being in danger. And when a person declares himself a victim, he puts life out of his control. A victim's fate is obvious. Sooner or later, he will be sacrificed at someone else's whim. In the line with all this, there is also the idea of confrontation, which denies any constructive proposals. Because if a problem with the opponents is solved, a movement loses its meaning, which is highly undesirable as there is always a certain social structure formed around any ideology. It's in followers' best interest to continue fighting and cultivate victimhood amongst themselves. A good example is Bolsheviks with their notorious class war. Also, every ideology operates ideas about the bright future, which are again no more than fairy tales for bumpkins. It's built on confrontation and it doesn't imply any constructive dialogues and problem solving. There always has to be an enemy, either inside or outside one, in order for an ideology to exist. Naturally, a man that shares the ideas of an ideology sooner or later will be sacrificed in some way for the sake of fighting. But what else are those dummies suitable for? Those who voluntarily stripped themselves of the possibility to see the real world and interpret it in a proper way. Those who willingly signed up to see the world only through the prism of an ideology and believe only to their instructors and supervisors. So, if you have intentions to be a free man and control at least something in your life, you will have to get rid of all that ideological trash. It is absolutely necessary. Moreover, if there are people in your social circle who are infected with this plague, adherers of a particular ideology, It's better to stay away, if not to remove them completely from your life, as it's only a matter of time when they will try to impose a fight on you with the purpose to satisfy their thirst for fighting. Remember, picking up a pointless fight or dispute is an unattainable luxury in this life.